So we're back with Javier Suárez, and in the first part of the interview, we talked about all the problems that come with this water shortage that we have and that will increase in the near future. But now we're going to provide solutions. So we're going to look in a brighter future in a way. So we're going to focus about the disruptive technologies in water solutions. So Javier, what are the cutting-edge technologies in water solutions right now?
Okay, so I would say in that sense, membrane technologies are probably, I will elaborate a little bit more what is it about, but membrane technologies is probably still today the most consolidated and robust technologies used for water treatment. This includes reverse osmosis. Maybe people, I think, are more familiar with this term, reverse osmosis, ultrafiltration, nanofiltration. All these are very reliable. They are very efficient in removal of contaminants. Even, virtually any known contaminant can be removed by these technologies. So it's a very mature technology. Has been there for many years. Nothing new, but it's subjected to continuous improvement, developments, innovations to make it more affordable, more sustainable, with lower energy consumption, lower chemical consumption. So this is still the technology that are most widely used. Of course, this is in general a very dynamic market. The water treatment technology, there is a plethora of new technologies coming continuously. People come with very creative, very innovative, as you said, disruptive technologies to treat water. So it's a very say lively or vivid market to be. But for sure, all these emerging technologies will get mature as well. But today, I would say membrane technologies are the most common. Then some other, just to name a few, ion exchange resin are very commonly used as well. This is the technology that we use in the dishwasher to eliminate or to reduce the hardness of the water. Very typical. A lot of other technologies like biofilters for wastewater treatment, advanced oxidation. Name a few, but mainly membrane technology is still today the most reliable and efficient way to treat water.
Exactly. So we have these emerging technologies, but we have the mature technologies that we can always rely on. And of course, you have mentioned, and you're specialized in ultrafiltration and reverse osmosis, but we're not really familiar with this topic, with the terms. But you are. So can you explain those terms for someone like me, for example, who's not familiar with the terms?
Okay, let me describe that in simple terms. So membrane technology, when we say membrane is basically a material, it's advanced material that is made from polymers, and they act as a barrier for contaminants. So ultrafiltration is a technology that has a very ultrafine or very tiny pores in the surface of this membrane. It's like 20-30 nanometers. Okay, 20-30 nanometers of size is like 3,000 thinner than a human hair.
Wow.
3,000 thinner than a human hair. That's a 20-30 nanometer. That's the size of the pore. Obviously, you cannot see that at the naked eye. So this technology is to eliminate large contaminants. When we say large, we have the micron level. Again, you cannot see them, but microorganisms, bacteria, viruses, sediments. So basically, this technology, when it is used, when you have a water source that the mineral content, the salinity is, talking about drinking water, for example. If the water is good enough in terms of salinity, mineral content for drinking, you only need to remove these larger contaminants like bacteria, microorganisms. Ultrafiltration is a right technology, right? You eliminate all these big things, and then all the minerals go through, and you get safe drinking water, right? So reverse osmosis is even same. It's a membrane, also based on polymeric materials. But it's a more dense, a tighter membrane that is able to remove even minerals. The best example is seawater. Seawater obviously has a very high salinity. We cannot drink seawater directly. So this technology can convert or transform seawater in drinking water. It will remove all the minerals. Basically, virtually more than 98% of the minerals will be removed. So you can get safe drinking water out of seawater, right? So these technologies typically are combined. Sometimes they are used as standalone technology, again, depending on the water source, but many times, or most commonly, they are combined. So you have ultrafiltration to remove the big things, and then reverse osmosis to reduce the salinity of the water.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So I mean, great technologies that you have explained perfectly, and now I understand how the process works. But I guess that this kind of technologies come with a lot of investment from R&D, and
Yes.
and they need resources for that.
Yes.
So does the Singaporean government help investing in R&D in this sector?
Right. So yeah, Singapore is a unique country in that sense. We mentioned in the previous part, it's a global leader, a global, world-class example of water treatment technologies and water management. This is a country that they are technology driven. They are very eager or loving to adopt new technologies. There is a very strong ecosystems of research centers, universities, startups, technology providers, engineering companies.
Mm-hmm.
So they have I was reading the other day, 30. They have been collaborating with more than 30 countries globally. They have in the last 20 years they have been involved in more than 700 R&D projects only related to water. Mm-hmm. So it's Singapore is actually a perfect place for those who wants to make a career, professional career, or study on this topic of water treatment. This is one of the best places to be. It's like a huge lab on water technology. So they are very strong in everything related to water and other energy as well, and other waste management, but particularly for water they are very, very strong.
Yes. So we have talked about the appeal of Singapore as a hub, as a dynamic ecosystem for all the companies. But are Spanish companies, they have the technology, are they strong in this field?
Okay. So we talk about Singapore. Spain is also is a top leader in seawater desalination in particular, and wastewater reuse. In Europe they are leader only after Israel. Israel is very strong in this field, but Spain comes next. So again, we have had issues of scarcity. I mentioned before, Canary Islands, the Mediterranean area. So this has led Spain to become a pioneer, global leader in water desalination and wastewater treatment. They are very strong. And as you said, there is a few companies in Spain, engineering companies, construction companies, that are in the top of world top, very good reputation. Actually, a very good footprint here in Southeast Asia, in Australia. Many of them are operating in Philippines, for example. They are very, very strong in especially in seawater desalination and wastewater reuse. Yes.
Also, great news for the Spanish companies, and so we can see that there's a parallel between Spain and Singapore in terms of kind of this goal, this ultimate goal that they both have, and they have the technology to kind of tackle this problem. So just to conclude the second part of this interview, and just to have a vision of the future that we have mentioned throughout the interview, how do you envision the future of your sector worldwide?
So again, we talk about water scarcity. This is a problem that is becoming worse in the future. The availability of fresh water is depleting, but fortunately there is a solution for that. Again, as I mentioned before, we have big seas in the world. So in my opinion, the future will be more on the use of so-called non-conventional water sources. Non-conventional meaning seawater and wastewater. So the technology already exists and is proven, it's being used already extensively globally. So we mentioned before, in Singapore they treat wastewater and up to the drinking water standard. So in my opinion, the future will be more, we cannot rely so much on fresh water, but look at other sources, seawater, wastewater. Maybe we will see, or we will witness more decentralized plants, maybe coupled to renewable energies to make it more affordable or more sustainable. As we discussed before, there is a lot of companies, new technologies coming into the sector to try to make it water treatment more efficient. So it's a very dynamic market. One of the trends we are seeing now, getting a lot of traction, is artificial intelligence, the Internet of Things, smart monitoring. All these are very important as well to make the water management more efficient. To try to one of the big problems of water treatment is leaks that are caused in the distribution. A huge amount of water, clean water, treated water is lost because of the leaks in the pipe. So it's a lot of technologies working in that area, how to detect leaks, how to correct these leaks. But in general, this Internet of Things or artificial intelligence help plants to operate more efficiently. So this will play an important role in the future. So yeah, this is how I see more or less. Again, it's a very dynamic market. I think for those of us who work in this field, it's very exciting. So with all these opportunities that are coming, so yeah, always encourage people who work are interested in water treatment to really go for it, because apart from being a very interesting sector and with a good future, working in such a sector, you have this sense of purpose, of fulfillment, that you are doing something.
It has to be really rewarding.
Good for the planet, right? So yeah.
Yes. So I will ask you again this question in 10 years.
Yes.
So we can see the developments of the technology, because we have a tremendous problem, but we have the technology to help tackle the problem. But that does not mean that we have to just relax and just think that the problem will solve itself. We have also the responsibility to, again, educate ourselves and also kind of pressure the government and companies to reduce and help in this matter. So thank you so much, Javier, for giving us all this information and for really, opening this debate, but also kind of educating ourselves. And I'm sure that with this interview, you have educated many people, and myself included. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Clara.
Thank you, Javier. Thank you. And see you next week with more content.